Let's look at how to enter a patient payment and print a receipt for the payment. Let's open a patient. Once you're on the patient's account, on the left-hand side, you've got the Enter Payment button. Click to open up the payment entry screen. Here you want to first enter the payment date. The payment date or dates will always default to today's date. Now, if the payment has to be entered for a previous date, you can enter the payment date by typing in the date, or you can select the date from the calendar. The accounting date is the date that you want the payment to be accounted for in the system. Typically, you want to keep the accounting date and the payment date the same. Next, you can select what type of payment it is, whether it's a copay, insurance type of payment, or self-pay payment, deductible payment. Whatever the patient payment type is, you can select that from the drop-down list. The patient's name, as you can see here, is copied from the patient's account. Next, you can enter the amount in the total amount field. Let's say they made a $30 copay. I can enter the total amount as $30. Next to the payment method, you want to select how they made the payment, whether it was cash, check, credit card, or EFT payment. You can choose the appropriate option. Now, for the integrated payment system, where the credit card can be processed from the system, you can enter the credit card number and the rest of the information and hit Save to add the payment. It will also process in the payment gateway system, and you'll also see a transaction number once it's successfully processed. So once we've entered all the payment information, we can hit Save to have the payment added. But since we'd like to print the receipt as well and give it to the patient, we can hit the Save and Print button. So we'll hit that to save the payment and bring us to a receipt screen where we can hit Print on the receipt screen to have the payment printed or a receipt printed. Now that $30 will sit on the patient's account until it's applied to the patient's charge.